I did something that less than 1% of the world has ever done at 19. Most people can't even drag themselves to the gym for whatever reasons. It wasn't genetics, steroids, or a magic bottle. It didn't happen overnight. And if you're looking for a shortcut, then click off the video now. I'll give you a second to decide if you want to hear this. Once you do, you'll never be the same person ever again. Hey, it's InnerOps, and today's operation is about the 16 things that allowed me to bench 315 pounds and 167 pounds of body weight. I'm sharing this because I want people who really want to hit their fitness goals to stop wondering how and think it's time to act now. As someone who's in the literal 1% of all people on earth when it comes to fitness, if you listen to my advice, line for line, then I guarantee you something fantastic happens to your body. Don't skip around. This is one you watch from start to finish. Point 1, safe over sorry. The reality is if you're not safe, you're not going to be able to hit your fitness goals as easily. Or the time that it takes for you to hit your fitness goals is going to be elongated by a lot. A torn muscle sets you back a year, and a warm-up only costs a few minutes. To show what dangerous lifting might look like, if your bench PR is 135, that's what you've done. That's 100% of your effort. That's what you've ever done in your entire life. And you put on 225, which is 90 pounds more than that, something around that. Do you think you're going to lift that or something? What do you think you're doing? What's going to happen there? Is that a safe scenario? Or if you start lifting with terrible form, do you think that's good? Do you think that's going to improve? You think you're not going to get injured? Point is, you can't hit your fitness goals if you're out injured, recovering. Don't get injured. Stay safe. Don't be sorry. It's an important saying. I'd rather be safe than sorry. And that's such an important thing, even in fitness. And if you think that having bad form and having big weights means you're big and strong, no, it doesn't, bro. Strong men don't need to prove anything to anybody. They just execute. Let's do it. People ego lift for their pride, but pride has injured more people than barbells ever did. Warm up, do it safe, then hit your working sets, get ready, do whatever you got to do. Build up, and then each plate you earn when it comes to working out, whether that's a bench or anything. Earn it, man. Don't do it badly. And ego lifting can destroy your progress, can destroy your body. More weight does not equal a better workout. More weight doesn't equal a better movement, a better set. More weight doesn't equal that. Someone can be super intense with really light weight, still get the same gains as the guy who does heavy weight, but safely. There's a line somewhere there. Find that. Point 2, track your workouts. Tracking your workouts has helped me so much. This is what it looks like when I started tracking my workouts in early 2023 and up to now. All those workouts, that's what it took to bench 315. That's what it takes. And for me, when I was tracking my workouts, the way it works with me, my split is 5 days a week, which would be 22 days for a perfect month, right? And sometimes it would motivate me to push harder or do better when I go into the app, which I use to track my workouts, and it says 12 workouts I've done so far this month. I'm thinking, okay, we got 10 more to get to 22. Let's do it. Let's ride this out. Let's keep going. Tracking my workouts can also help you track your progress. For example, how much weight were you doing last week? The app that I use specifically, when I go and start a new workout, it tells me how much weight I did for that set the last time I did it. So I get to update and understand where I am. I'm always getting to understand what I was doing last time and see if I can improve or at least maintain that level. And sometimes I'll mess around, try something else, and that's fine. It helps me a lot. Tracking your workouts has been really great for me. It helps me progress, and it's always helped me, it makes me happy because I get to see my entire history, almost my entire history of working out. And that makes me happy, dude, because I can just pull up my phone, scroll all the way down and be like, wow, that was really me. And one day that could really be you, but you got to start, Tracking your workouts can kind of let you know if what you're doing is working, if you're genuinely improving, if you're genuinely getting stronger, and it can even motivate you as well. And that's why I love tracking your workouts. The app I use is called Rep Count. It's on the App Store, and I believe it's on Android as well. It's very simple. If anyone ever wanted me to make a video about how to track your workouts, maybe explaining how to use that app, maybe I would do that. Let me know, guys. Point 3, it's you versus you. Don't go online. Don't look at David Lade and be like, oh, he looks like that. He's on steroids, or this guy's on steroids, that guy's on steroids, or this guy's got good genetics, and think, oh, why should I even try? Why should I even bother? Yo, relax. The only competition that you have is you. The only competition you have is you. Don't look at David Lade. Don't look at Alex Eubank. Don't look at whatever, dude. Don't look at them. Look at the man in the mirror. Are you better than you were yesterday? That's the only thing that matters. They're on chapter 10. Forget it. They're on chapter 30. You're on chapter 1. Don't compare the beginning of your story, the end of it, to the climax of theirs. That's not how life works. The guy who's just starting his business shouldn't compare himself to the guy who's a billionaire. They're not in the same place. How were they both when they started? Maybe you could compare that. So if you really want to compare with other people's physiques online, you can compare it with how they started. but definitely don't compare it to when they were already jacked, lean, vascular, and already completed their physical transformation after years and years of training. And if they use steroids, forget about it, all right? And that's another subject. Don't use steroids, everybody, at home. Very bad for you. Not good. The point of this it's you versus you point is don't fixate on other people's physiques. Don't be like, oh, that guy's better than me. This guy's better than me. Don't make that be a reason for you to give up. Just think, you're competing with you. That's your competition. I want everyone to remember that. Your competition isn't David Lee. No. Like I said, the competition you only got is the man in the mirror. So I don't want anyone to ever look at people online and think that, you know, their journey has no reason. There's no point in them starting because they don't think they'll ever look as good as someone else. You should look as the best version as you can be. Be the best version of yourself. Don't be the best version of someone else. Competition is good and it can fuel you to do better. And for some people, that really does work, but it should never demoralize you. Stop comparing yourself to physiques online. Your only opponent is yesterday's version of you. Progress is going to compound. Dude, win the day and the year's going to take care of itself. Point 4, take rest days. Some people work out and they train every day. Some people work out all 7 days a week. Personally, for me, I train 5 days a week. I take 2 rest days a week. And for me, those 2 rest days really help me. They help me recover, get back in the gym, get back and to be ready for the next days that I'm going to be in the gym. And so whenever I do get to go back, I get to go back and stay hitting hard workouts, hard sets, and stay intense. But if I work out all 7 days, then my muscles will never have that time to recover. And taking rest days doesn't mean you're lazy. It means you're smart. And anyone who says otherwise doesn't know what they're talking about. Rest isn't softness, boys. It's strategy. Lock in. And overtraining isn't actually good. Each muscle group needs 48 hours to recover, except your core, which needs 24, fully, at least. So how can you get stronger if your muscles never have that time to rest all the way and get ready for the next time you hit that workout? Rest is super important for working out. Remember to rest, guys. I take 2 a week. If you want to take 1 rest day a week, or if you want to take more, do your thing, figure it out, find a healthy balance for you. Point 5, there's no one size fits all in fitness. Even what I've said today about how I work out 5 days a week, I take out 2 rest days. Dude, that doesn't work for everybody. For example, even it doesn't even work with everybody. Some people want to train all 7 days a week, and there's certain exercises which I really like, which some people don't like. For example, I go to the gym regularly. I speak to people there regularly, and some people are like, "Oh, I love doing incline dumbbell press." And honestly, I did incline dumbbell press for a really long time, and it's not a bad workout necessarily. It's not a bad exercise necessarily, in my subjective opinion. But I felt like I was kind of just moving weight around. And I've never been one to ego lift or do bad form. That's definitely not the case. That's never been the case. But for me, I just never felt it. I never loved it. I didn't feel that great of a stretch. I feel like on certain exercises, you kind of just feel like you're moving weight versus lifting weight. For my gym goers out there, I feel like you kind of know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. So regardless of what people say online, even me, someone else, your favorite fitness influencers, what they think to do, what they say is right, that doesn't mean like it's like there's no one size fits all. It's a science. Find what works for you, experiment with it, track your workouts, and adapt. And it's super important. I want people to think that if you copy someone, that it's going to make you have their body. Like if you copy David Lee's workout, you're going to be jacked as him. Like that's not how it works. All right. There's so many different things in fitness that like so many people will agree on or disagree on and agree on as well. For example, there's this guy I know and he doesn't like barbell benching. And for me, I've been barbell benching nearly the entire time I've been working out. I think it's a staple in terms of working out, but this guy seems to disagree with me. His physique isn't even close to mine, but it's his opinion. It's his opinion. And I'm sure there might be strong guys as well who don't agree with that. Maybe science-based lifters saying it's not optimal and things like that. But for me, I love it. I'm going to continue to do it. I've experienced great gains with it. I feel strong when I do it. And someone else might not like it. And I love it. And it could be like that for almost everything in fitness. I want people to know that there's no one size fits all in fitness. So what one person says is not just like the gospel. It's not automatically true. All right. Point 6, work out when you don't want to. I feel like this is a point which really helped me kind of build that mental strength and get to that bench of 315. I would never have trouble hitting upper days. So just to reframe and kind of give you guys some clarity about what my split is, I do an upper, lower, rest, push, pull legs, rest split. Pretty good split. Been doing it for 3 years. It's not broke, don't fix it kind of mentality. And there were certain days, like I had an issue for a long time. I would be skipping leg day. I would have 2 leg days in 1 week and I'd be skipping the lower leg day. So as you remember, I just said I do an upper, lower, rest, push, pull legs. And I would usually skip lower just because like I didn't love squatting. It was tough, you know, because whenever I work out, I usually work out. I'll work out hard. I'm not like the craziest guy, but I just showed up for a really long time. And I just didn't love squats, dude. It was intimidating. It's a bit of a scary exercise. And then I was like, you know what? Like, I'm just going to find a way to make it work. Like whatever I can do just to get in there. And there were just some days in general that like I could have had a terrible day. Something terrible could happen to me, dude. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to show up anyway. And I always walked in the gym feeling better when I left than when I came in on those bad days. Those days where you work out when you don't want to, that's the win you need right there. Sometimes you come into workout and you just hate your workout and it's good. Okay, that's a win. But when some days you're having a tough mental battle, you just showing up, that's the win you needed right there. If you only train when it feels good to train, you're never going to be great. You're never going to bench 315. You're never going to hit your fitness goals. You got to do it when it's tough. You got to do it when you don't want to do it the least. The more you don't want to do it, the more you got to go. The more you got to work out, whatever it is. The more you got to show up. I think that nearly applies in almost every aspect in life. Showing up is the rep you need to do on that day. And when you keep showing up, it builds momentum. It gets easier and easier and easier. So on those days when the rubber hits the road, let's see what you're made of. Are you going to go? Are you going to show up? Or are you going to cower away and get one step further from achieving your goals? I don't know. We want to achieve our goals. We don't want to not achieve them. So we got to take the steps to achieve it. Let's do it. Point 7, ignore the garbage. Way too much garbage about fitness online. I'm not too in tune with the fitness space like I used to. When I started getting into working out, maybe I watched some YouTubers like a bit, fitness YouTubers. But for me, fitness is not that interesting. I just think taking care of your health is super important. And I love being strong and in good shape. I don't necessarily like watch a bunch of these fitness YouTubers like the Trend Twins and whoever else is out there nowadays. I just work out, stay consistent, eat healthy, sleep well, work out hard. Working out isn't super complicated. I've watched fitness influencers maybe for some advice, but I've never like gotten anything crazy from them. I've just kind of done my thing, put my head down, worked, have had fun. And it's even great when I get compliments from other people about how I look. That makes me feel great. And when you start getting to a point where you really do make that change and people start complimenting you, dude, it feels great. And honestly, at this point, I would be lying if I said I didn't get used to it. So you got to have your BS detector up. Don't listen to everything you hear online because you might get led down astray. You might hear this, you might hear that. You don't know what to do. Keep it simple, bro. Working out's not that complicated. A lot of garbage online. Ignore it. Point 8, create a workout split. This one kind of ties into the point number 2, whichever point it was about tracking workouts. You create a workout split, which you can track. A lot of people will create a workout split, then change it really soon. When you create your workout split, whatever it is, do it for 6 to 8 weeks minimum. Unless you really, really don't like it, like you find out like, yeah, I really, really don't like this. But if it's like fine, try it for 6 to 8 weeks. See the results that it gives you, or even stick it out longer if you just genuinely like it. Through time, you're going to change a split, and that's fine. Creating a workout split is great. You got a plan. Without a plan, guys, you're going to waste time. You're going to wander a bit. You might even plateau. Each split can spread your weight training out evenly. Random training is going to give you random results. And for me, the thing that really changed for me in terms of like weightlifting and fitness, as soon as I started tracking my workouts and I got a workout split, that motivated me even more to follow the split, stay consistent with tracking it. Because every time I would be able to see how many days I was working out. And I want to improve that number for the month. I want to have a close to perfect month. And that made me happy. You got to create a workout split. Whatever works for you. There's a lot of good stuff online. If you want to steal mine of the upper lower rest, push, pull legs, rest, and do it again, that's perfectly fine. No problem. That's a good split. I could recommend to a lot of people. There's a lot of splits out there. There's the classic push, pull legs. No, nothing wrong with that. People do that as well. Just find what works for you. You got to get a workout split and you got to track your workouts. Really good stuff, can really help you. Structure is going to create discipline for you. It's going to make it a lot easier. It's going to change your life for sure. This is an essential tip. Point 9, don't just go through the motions. And when I say don't just go through the motions, that means like, don't just like kind of go in there, just lift some weights, like half-assed. Dude, the way I think about it, dude, this is war. You're going into the gym. This is a fucking war. This is a war. Go in there, give it what you got. See what you're made of. Test your strength, test your character, test your discipline, test your willpower, test your perseverance. Don't just go through the day hitting your sets, hitting your reps like it's nothing, bro. Give it what you got. Give it everything. That's how you win in life. Don't just half-ass it. If you're going to half-ass it, don't even bother at all. Don't even bother at all. You're wasting your time because if you're not going to give it everything you got, you're wasting your time. Because to win, you can't half-ass it. You got to go all in. You got to push all the chips in. And that doesn't mean like every set go crazy. But every set, I would say go close to failure or to failure. You don't have to go, there's this term called reps in reserve. You don't have to go like 0 reps in reserve. You don't have to have nothing left, which just means complete failure. But if you're close to failure, maybe you have 1 to 3 reps in reserve, that's fine. Like you can feel like maybe I could do 1 or 3 more. But it should be intense no matter what. Go in there, fight a little bit, build your character, see what you're made of, be a real man. Don't just go through the motions. That pisses me off. Point 10, Consistency is key. This might be one of the most essential points on the entire list. If I wasn't consistent, even if I trained correctly, but I wasn't consistent, I would never hit 315. Hitting 315 and putting me in the top 1% of the world for people who bench, that didn't happen in one moment. It didn't happen overnight. That was 5 years of consistent training. Honestly, the first 2 years I was working out, I wasn't consistent. But the last 3 years, I was very consistent. But that's 5 years for one moment. The thing you want doesn't come immediately, but I worked for 5 years straight and then I got the thing I wanted. The body you want comes from habits you do daily. You work out one day, you do your workout split consistently over and 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 over. And like my old video about compound interest, it's all going to stack up. You do one workout, you don't change. You do 100, boom, night and day. You don't have to be perfect every time with your workouts. If you're going to be decent consistently, that beats being perfect every time. Your physique is like a resume. It shows what you do repeatedly. You can't go to any jacked guy and be like, how often do you work out? He was like, yeah, bro, I don't know. I work out like once in a while. That just doesn't happen. He's like, yeah, I work out 5 times a week. I've been doing it for 6 years. And you're like, damn, one day that can be you. You can be the guy who's like giving the advice to other people, telling them how to do it. But you got to start. You got to stay consistent. None of this matters. It doesn't matter if you know how to train perfectly, you know, and everything about recovery, everything about sleep, everything about diet, everything about weight training. If you don't stay consistent and if you don't show up, none of it matters at all. Consistency is key. One of the most important points in this whole video. Point 11, don't be afraid to change your split. If you make a workout split, me making my workout split 3 years ago and having the same one, it's evolved a lot. Some parts of it have stayed the same, but it's evolved a lot because I would speak to people and they would recommend exercises. I would notice people doing exercises, or I would just generally not feel something and switch it up. Don't be afraid to switch up your workout. If you really just don't like an exercise, find an alternative. Maybe ask some people around at the gym, go online, find a good source and a trusted person who you can listen to when it comes to fitness and working out, and listen to what they have to say about that muscle group or those exercises. Like that muscle group you're training, what exercises are good for it. Listen to what they have to say about it. Or just mess around with your own self. Go in the gym, experiment a little bit, hit some machines that you usually maybe wouldn't do, or maybe mess around with some benching, mess around with the benches, do whatever. With a Smith machine or whatever, if it's on a rack or if it's on a bench, whatever it is. Don't be afraid to change your split. The same thing isn't bad. To switch it around isn't bad. The same thing, you can keep it the same, but only if you like it and you like every exercise, which is usually really rare the first time you create your split. I don't think anyone just makes a split and they're like, yep, this is it. It's perfect. It's going to evolve, dude, and that's fine. Don't be afraid to change your split. That's natural evolution. You find out the better exercises that work for you, because once you're kind of getting started, you're just new. You're a little bit of a newbie, dude, and that's fine. And you're going to evolve and it's going to be great. Point 12, take advice from people in better shape than you. Don't take fitness advice from someone built worse than you. For example, let's transfer this over to money. Don't take money advice from someone who's much poorer than you or poorer than you in general. Clearly, their advice wasn't working for them, right? So only take advice from people in better shape than you. Don't take advice from people who haven't done the thing that you're trying to do or are better than you, at least bare minimum. At bare minimum, equal to where you're at. But recommended, listen to people in much better shape than you. They know what to do. They've been through the struggles that you're trying to do. They've been through all the hurdles. They've got that experience. They've got the dedication. They've been around the block. They know what to do. Everything they've done throughout their journey, they've been always constantly evolving. And now a person who's constantly evolved is telling you how to do something and you're just starting out, boom. That's golden advice. Whenever you get the chance to listen to someone who's in better shape than you about fitness advice, that advice is super important and it's going to be like gold. Listen up. Remember what they say as well. So many times I've spoken to individuals and kind of just pick their brain a bit. Trying to learn. Always be trying to learn, get better. If you befriend any people in really good shape, dude, like, that's a goal. That's a really good thing right there. That's a great resource right there. Take that person's brain, see how they think, see how you can apply some of what they're thinking in your own life, see maybe what you can take away from them, how they can educate you. Point 13, befriend people at your gym. For me, this one isn't essential, but I really love this one. It makes me want to come to the gym more, knowing that there's people who I really like and that I want to talk to. When I come to the gym, I'm like, oh, this guy might be there, that guy might be there, and I'll probably talk to them. And that makes it excited, dude. It doesn't turn the gym just into work. It turns it into a bit of social. Sometimes I'll finish my work out really early, but I'll stay and just kind of talk with some people. While that may not be 100% effective for productivity, I enjoy it. I enjoy talking to people and I have a good time doing that. In the middle of my workout, talking to some people, kind of making it a bit social. So the gym is a bit more fun for me and it makes me want to get in there more. It doesn't just become work. It becomes a social time as well. I love it. Point 14, you don't have to take supplements. I don't know what's going on in the fitness space nowadays, but I feel like there's like this impression. It's like, oh, you got to take pre-workout. You got to take creatine. Oh, you got to take protein powder. I've taken I've taken protein powder like back in the day. I used to make like some recipes with it. I took pre-workout for a bit. I didn't really like it. It didn't really do that much for me. Some people like they just have to have it. Like I said, no one size fits all. And like creatine, I might hop on creatine. I heard it's pretty good for you and has like a lot of benefits. So that's something I definitely wouldn't rule out. But I just want you guys to know that you don't waste your money before you're building your habits. These supplements aren't going to change your life. They're not going to make you Ronnie Coleman. There's way too much marketing going around from these jack dudes telling you to buy this and buy that pre-workout and buy that protein powder. And you're thinking like, oh, they're that big. And if I take it, then I'm going to get big too. Here's what's going to get you big, or what's going to get you in shape. Actually exercising and moving your ass. That will get you in shape. Don't worry about it. Don't make supplements fill gaps. They're never going to replace discipline. Point 15, bulk up. This is the point for my people who do want to bench 315. This isn't an essential for people who just want to be in shape. But if you really want to hit some big numbers when it comes to lifting, bulk up a bit. Not saying you have to be like 300 pounds or 250. My story, I made a working out video before. I went from 165 to 206, and that was crazy. I was like I was low-key like obese at that time, and I was super strong though. And the point is, I did it on purpose because I saw a long-term vision, because I knew if I was that strong, it would be a lot better than just staying at the same weight. And I went from 205, and then I went back down to 167 pounds. And like right now I'm like 170. So, and I don't look like how I used to at all. I don't look like how I was when I was bulked up all the way. I look fine now. I look lean. So don't be scared to gain weight. This isn't an essential tip, but this is kind of like for those people who really want to lift some big weight. Because this one supercharged my progress when it came to like PRs and such. Thing is though, when you do cut, there's a long period where you're going to be a lot weaker than you were when you were bulked up. But over time, if you stay consistent and you kind of go for long enough, you will be even stronger, leaner than you were when you were bulked up. Because you're still going to retain some of that strength. You don't need like mass gain or anything to do it. Yeah, this tip isn't essential, but for the people who really want to hit some big numbers, do this. I personally did like a bit of a dirty bulk. I did a crazy dirty bulk, and it's not perfect. If you want to do a clean bulk or a dirty bulk, I did a dirty bulk and I don't feel like any different from that. But if you do want to do it clean, that's probably the better idea. That's probably what I should have done at the time, but that probably will take you a bit more time, and you have to be a bit more patient if you're okay with that. Point 16, don't cut if you're skinny. Bro, I don't want to see people who look like Flat Stanley out here cutting, bro. I'm sick of it. Imagine a dude built like Jack's Fitness, if anyone knows who that is. The skinny dude, like he's got the worst physique of all time. Regardless if you think that's mean or not, that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? He's a fully able-bodied man, and he's like, oh man, that's a whole nother pot to get into, man. Whole point is, don't cut if you're skinny. You don't need to. You're not gonna get like leaner, bro. You have nothing to cut. If you think you should cut while you're skinny, I'll tell you right now, that is a bad idea, and you should bulk. Depending on how lean you are, I think a safe amount of weight that you should bulk up to is like 5 to 20. 5 to 20 pounds. I did a lot more than that. But like for a conservative calm bulk, 5 to 20, if you want to be a bit bigger, have a bit fuller of a frame. And then if you still want to go back to being lean, let's say you gain 20, boom, cut back 10, you're still lean, but you still got a bit of that frame. So it's kind of like a good in between. Dude, if you just cut when you're skinny, you're going to be wasting your time. I'll tell you that right now. Imagine like a sculptor. Yeah. This is something I've said to so many people at the gym. Imagine like a sculptor. You've got the chisel. Here's what you got to do. You have to get the block of marble first, and then you got to chisel it. When you're skinny, you don't have the block of marble. There is no block of marble. There's nothing to chisel there yet. So you got to build something up. You got to get a bit bigger and then chisel it. So don't start chiseling nothing. Don't start chiseling nothing. There's nothing to chisel there. You can't carve a statue that was never built, bro. All right, guys. Knowing is one thing and doing is another. These tips will help nearly anyone start or improve their current fitness journey. Take this information and act on it to change your body and get your dream physique. It doesn't happen overnight. Regardless of your fitness goals, or if you want to bench 315, you have now been given the formula to fitness by a person who's in the top 1% of fitness due to my 315-pound bench. And I have other various impressive lifts, but I'm generally a dude who can say is comfortably jacked. And I live a fine lifestyle. I'm not crazy. I just work out 5 times a week, and it's nothing crazy. I love it. If you guys enjoyed this video, then comment down below, and I'd love some ideas from you guys about what I should make in the future, and any questions that you may have about anything in this video. I'll answer your questions as best as I can. This has been InnerOps, and the inner desire for success decides the outward operations to achieve it. See you in the next mission.